She left me an old rundown house, but when I stepped inside, I uncovered a secret that shook my entire family. Where are you watching this video from? Drop a comment below. Now let's begin the story. My name is Emma Carter. My life used to be simple. I was a quiet little librarian in Alabama. Spent my days at the library, and my nights cooking dinner for my husband. My brother, Ryan Carter, a successful businessman, living in New York City, owning a stunning penthouse. My family always favored Ryan. He was the golden child, praised, adored, admired, while I was often overlooked. But I never resented it. I believed in living peacefully. Having love was enough. Then one day, everything changed. News came that my grandmother had passed. Grandma Evelyn Carter, the woman I adored, a strong, remarkable woman. Once a history professor, the family didn't care for her. They said she was eccentric, always buried in ancient books, talking about meaningless things. But I knew her heart. She taught me to honor our roots, to cherish history and truth. The will reading was approaching. I expected nothing, only wanted to say goodbye. Ryan was eager and excited, dreaming of the inheritance. The reading took place in a small law office. The room smelled of old paper. The air was thick with tension. Mr. Harris began reading slowly. I sat quietly next to Ryan. He leaned back, brimming with confidence. The New York penthouse was left to Ryan Carter. He grinned with satisfaction, throwing me a smug look. I swallowed hard, waiting, my heart pounding in my chest. The old house in Black Creek was left to Emma Carter, along with everything inside. I froze for a moment. An old crumbling house in the middle of nowhere. Ryan laughed out loud. Well, what a deal, sis. Better bring an axe for firewood. I bit my lip in silence, anger welling up inside. Why had Grandma done this? The meeting ended quickly. Ryan shook the lawyer's hand. I clutched the keys, dazed, feeling abandoned by the world. Outside, Paul was waiting, his face dark with frustration. How'd it go? He snapped. I told him everything. Paul erupted in anger. An old, worthless house. You always bring trouble. Ryan gets a luxury penthouse, and you get garbage. I struggled to stay calm, but Paul kept berating me. I'm done with you. Pack your things. I don't want you here. I stood trembling, eyes stinging, holding back tears. In the end, I stayed silent, went to pack my bags, with nowhere else to go, just an old set of keys. I looked at Grandma's smiling photo, gripping it tightly in my hand. Maybe I should go to that old Black Creek house. I had nothing left anyway. At least it was a place to be. I bought a night bus ticket, a long ride through darkness, sitting by the window, silent. Memories flooding back. Grandma's gentle gaze, those nights reading together, her voice telling fairy tales, stories I would never forget. The bus rocked along the road. Morning light finally arrived. Black Creek lay in fog. A small, remote village. Dilapidated houses lined the streets. Twisting dirt roads, eerily quiet. I wheeled my suitcase forward. The house stood at the end, surrounded by overgrown trees, walls crumbling with age. One glance brought deep sighs. I wasn't expecting much. Still, I stepped inside, pushed the creaking door open. My heart skipped a beat. It wasn't run down at all. Everything was neat and clean. The air smelled of old wood, as if someone had cared for it. A strange peace filled the space. I wandered through the house. Old photos lined the walls, faces I'd never seen before. A strange feeling crept in, as if unseen eyes watched me. Then I found a small door, hidden behind a heavy curtain. I pushed, but it wouldn't budge. The lock was rusted shut. I searched for a key. Finally, unlocked the door. Inside was a secret room, a cozy, hidden library. Books stacked floor to ceiling, in every language imaginable. I stood in awe, like stepping into another world. Grandma, why hide this? What else didn't I know? As I touched the books, warmth spread through me, as if Grandma was there, guiding me toward the truth. I sat down in the center of the room. Dim light streamed through the door crack. The scent of old books filled the air. My heart raced with anticipation. I reached for a book. Its brown leather cover faded. Carefully, I flipped through the pages. Handwritten notes mixed with printed text. Meticulous annotations lined the margins, clearly written in Grandma's handwriting. Research on American history. Stories no one had ever heard. I read each line intently. She had studied secret societies, Cold War-era covert organizations, events never made public. Questions swirled in my mind. Why had she hidden this? Why did the family shun her? Were they afraid of the truth? I turned another page. An old envelope slipped out. My name was written on it, to Emma, for you when I'm gone. My hands trembled as I picked it up, took a deep breath, and opened it. Inside was a letter. Grandma's voice echoed in my mind. My dearest Emma, if you're reading this, I'm no longer in this world, but you must know the truth. This house is not ordinary. It's our family's legacy, protected for generations. Inside lie priceless treasures, not just books and knowledge, but critical documents, proof of hidden events, secrets many want buried. You are the only one who can understand and protect them. Don't let anyone take them. Don't let the truth be lost. If you want to learn more, find the old safe. It's hidden beneath the living room floor. Inside, you'll find everything you need. With love, Evelyn Carter. I read the letter again. Tears rolled silently down my cheeks. She had trusted me so deeply. But now, what should I do? I stood and left the library, my heart pounding wildly. The living room bathed in twilight. I knelt down and pulled the rug. There it was, a gap. I gently pried up the floorboard. An old safe appeared beneath, covered in thick layers of dust. I wiped it clean and examined it. The combination lock still intact, but I didn't know the code. I sat thinking for a long time. Then it struck me: birthdays. Grandma's and my birthday dates. Could that be the clue? I entered my birth date. A loud click echoed. The lock released slowly. I opened the safe, breathless. Inside were several items. A stack of aged documents, a small wooden box with carvings, an old family photo album. I pulled out the documents first. Government files yellowed with age. Official seals stamped on them. Names of powerful figures listed. Sweat beaded on my forehead. Files detailing secret societies, shady deals from years past, people who manipulated history. There was even a list. And among the names, my father, Ryan Carter, senior current U.S. Senate candidate. I sat frozen in disbelief. My father had hidden secrets. The family knew, but ignored it. Only Grandma had kept the proof. No wonder they shunned her. No wonder they hated this house. But now, I knew the truth. I opened the wooden box. Inside lay an antique ring, a pendant with intricate carvings, and a strange set of keys. What could these keys unlock? I stored them away carefully, then opened the photo album. Old family photos filled its pages, pictures of Grandma and me, images of my father in youth, eyes concealing untold stories. I closed the album sighing. So many questions flooded my mind. What should I do next? Suddenly, my phone rang. An unknown number appeared. I answered. A woman spoke. "Is this Emma? I'm Clara, a rare books appraiser. Mrs. Evelyn asked me to help. If you need, I'm here." Stunned, I asked immediately. "She contacted you beforehand?" "Yes. She knew this would happen. Wanted you to know the library's worth." I agreed to meet Clara. Grandma had planned this all along, waiting for me to discover the secret. That night, I couldn't sleep, clutching Grandma's letter tightly, remembering every word, every glance. She had always believed in me. I wouldn't let her down. Moonlight streamed through the window. The old house seemed to glow. I felt Grandma's smile nearby, filling me with quiet resolve. Tomorrow, I'd meet Clara, delve deeper into this mystery, and face the truth, no matter who tried to stop me. The next morning, I woke up early. Sunlight streamed through the house. I brewed a hot cup of coffee, sat by the window, deep in thought. Right on time, my phone rang. It was Clara, her voice cheerful. "Good morning, Emma. I'm on my way. I'll be there in about 2 hours." I replied, "I'll be waiting." Then quietly tidied up the library. My mind was still a mess. Should I reveal everything or keep it hidden like Grandma did? Before I could decide, a visitor came. A well-dressed man stood outside. He wore sunglasses, his face stern. "Good morning. I'm Ryan's assistant. He would like to speak with you." I stared at him in surprise. How did Ryan know I was here? Someone must have been watching me. He handed me a letter. Fancy paper, expensive ink. "Emma, I hope you reconsider. Don't dig any deeper. Hand over the documents to me. In return, you'll get a condo." I gripped the letter tightly. Anger surged through my veins. They were clearly hiding something. I looked him straight in the eye. "Tell Ryan this. I won't trade truth for lies." He smirked and said, "Suit yourself. You'll regret this." With that, he turned and left. I shut the door, still trembling. Right then, Clara arrived. She carried a professional toolkit, a woman with dark brown hair, eyes bright with sharp intelligence. "Good morning, Emma. Nice to meet you. Mrs. Evelyn spoke highly of you." I welcomed Clara into the library. She gasped at the sight. "This is incredible. I've never seen such a valuable collection." Clara slipped on her gloves, carefully examined each book. She turned each page meticulously, checked seals and signatures closely. "Emma, do you realize this? Many of these are extremely rare, first editions from centuries ago. They're worth hundreds of thousands." I stared in disbelief. Grandma had preserved so much. Clara continued her work diligently. I finally asked her, "Clara, if I go public, are these documents legally safe?" She paused, looked serious. "Emma, that's a tough decision. These things cross powerful interests. You need to be prepared." I nodded. "I'm ready. I can't stay silent anymore." Clara gently squeezed my hand. "I'll help you all the way." We resumed examining the books. Clara made detailed notes. Suddenly, I remembered the keys. I showed them to Clara. She studied them carefully. These might open an old safe, or maybe a hidden door. We tested them one by one. Finally, in the old bedroom, We found a built-in bookshelf. I inserted a key into the lock. A faint click echoed. Inside was a hidden compartment. More documents and a thick journal. I reached for the journal. On the cover, it read, Evelyn Carter's Journal, Final Years. I opened to the first pages. She wrote a lot about father, about things he had done, shady business deals, secret slush funds, names of major politicians. I was utterly stunned. My family had hidden too much. Clara looked equally shocked. Emma, you must be very careful. Those exposed won't take this lightly. I understood that clearly, but there was no turning back. I asked Clara for help to photograph all these documents. We need a secure backup. She agreed without hesitation. We worked late into the night. When we finished, I sat there, staring at Grandma's photo. Grandma, I won't be afraid. I'll protect this truth. Her eyes seemed to glow, giving me quiet strength. I looked at Clara. Tomorrow, I'll take action. I'll contact the press. People brave enough to stand for truth. Clara smiled. You remind me of her. Warmth filled my heart. Grandma had chosen well. Not wealth, but wisdom, and the courage to guard the truth. Outside, the full moon shone. Tonight I felt different. No longer the timid Emma, now a protector of legacy. Tomorrow would be a new day, a day with no compromise for lies. The next morning, I woke up early. The sky was gray and overcast, but my heart felt brighter than ever. I brewed some coffee, gathered my courage. Today, I would contact the press, bring the truth into the light. Clara was still here helping me. She was reviewing the documents carefully. Emma, are you sure about this? Once it's public, there's no turning back. I nodded without hesitation. Grandma trusted me with this. I won't betray her trust. Clara smiled and encouraged me. I'll introduce you to a journalist. He's handled similar cases before. I agreed and asked for her help. Soon after, a message arrived. The journalist was Mark Cooper, well known. He was ready to come immediately. I sent him my address, then waited anxiously for his arrival. An hour later, Mark arrived. Tall and slender, wearing glasses, eyes filled with determination. Hello, Emma. I'm Mark. Clara told me about your story. I invited him into the library, shared the entire story with him, showed him each document carefully. Mark read with intense focus. Each page left him stunned. Emma, this is political dynamite. Publishing it will cause a huge stir. I know, but I'm ready. My family can't hide it anymore. Mark photographed the documents thoroughly, promised to protect my identity. Emma, be extremely careful now. Those involved won't stay silent. I nodded. I'm prepared. I'm not afraid anymore. The meeting ended successfully. Mark promised a deeper investigation. Not long after Mark left, my phone rang urgently. It was Ryan's number. I answered. Emma, what the hell are you doing? Stop this now. Don't be stupid. His voice was furious. I calmly replied, I'm doing nothing wrong. I just want the truth known. Ryan shouted over the phone. You'll destroy this entire family. You'll regret this forever. I stood firm. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Ryan went silent for a moment, then hung up without another word. I sighed and put the phone down. Looked at Clara with determination. I won't stop now. No matter who tries to stop me. Clara smiled. I'm with you. That afternoon, I stepped outside, breathed in the crisp air, tried to stay calm and focused. But as I returned inside, The front door was slightly ajar. I was sure I had locked it. My heart pounded wildly. I crept inside, cautious. The house had been ransacked. Someone had searched the place, clearly looking for the documents. I rushed to the library. Thankfully, everything was still intact. I had secured the originals, and Clara had safe copies too. Just then, Clara returned home. She gasped at the scene. "Emma, what happened here?" I told her everything. Clara's face grew serious. "They've made their move. We need to call the police. We can't let them intimidate us." I agreed and called the police. They arrived quickly to investigate. No clear fingerprints were found. The intruder was highly professional. An older officer looked at me. "You need to be careful. Don't stay here alone tonight." I thanked him and thought carefully. I asked Clara to stay. At least I wouldn't be alone. That night, we didn't sleep. We double-checked all the documents, ensured all backups were secure. I also wrote a message to Mark, told him about the break-in, asked him to speed up publishing. Mark replied quickly that night. He had started writing the article, preparing to release it widely. I felt a small relief, but I knew this wasn't over. Outside, heavy rain began falling. Wind howled through the old house. I looked at Grandma's photo. "Grandma, I won't back down. No matter what happens, I'll keep my promise to you." Her eyes seemed to shine brighter, filling me with strength again. That night, I tossed and turned. Couldn't sleep despite my exhaustion. One question echoed in my mind. Who had broken into my home? Was Ryan behind it all? I knew more danger was coming, but there was no turning back. Tomorrow would be a crucial day, the day the truth comes out. The next morning, I woke up early. The sky remained heavy with gray clouds. Clara had breakfast ready for us. "Emma, stay strong today. It's going to be an important day." I nodded and thanked her. But a little anxiety lingered. My phone buzzed nonstop. A message from Mark appeared. "Emma, the article is live. Front page of the major paper." I quickly opened my phone. The headline blazed across the screen. "The Carter Family's Dark Secrets." I read every word carefully. Mark's article was clear and thorough, full of evidence. Detailed photos included. The names from the documents exposed, including my father's name. I gripped the phone tightly, a swirl of emotions inside me. Relief that truth was revealed. Fear of what might follow. Clara gave me a soft smile. "You did very well, Emma." I smiled back at her, but couldn't fully relax yet. My phone rang again. This time, it was Ryan. I answered, his voice furious. "Emma, are you insane? You've ruined everything." I spoke calmly to him. "I only revealed the truth. No one forced you to lie." Ryan roared through the phone. "You'll pay for this." I replied firmly, "I'm not afraid anymore. You should worry about yourself." Without a word, Ryan hung up. I put the phone down, looked at Clara with determination. "We need to be extra careful. They won't back off easily." Clara nodded in agreement. I contacted the police again, reported the phone threat immediately. The familiar officer responded, "We'll increase surveillance around you, but it's safer if you leave." I thought for a moment, then told Clara firmly, "I can't leave this house. It's my grandmother's legacy." Clara squeezed my hand. "Then I'll stay here with you." I smiled, grateful for her. Having Clara eased my worries. The entire day flew by. Media coverage spread like wildfire. The Carter family became headline news. Politicians connected faced public backlash. My phone was flooded with calls. Some were supportive, others threatening. But I knew I wasn't alone. Many now stood with the truth. That evening, darkness settled in. A strange car parked outside. Clara and I exchanged worried looks. We locked the doors tightly. A knock echoed through the house. I clutched my phone nervously. A voice spoke from outside. "Ms. Emma, I'm a private investigator. Mark sent me to assist you." I peeked through the peephole. It was indeed Mark's contact. I opened the door cautiously. He introduced himself as Jack. "Emma, I'm here to protect you. Things are very tense today." I exhaled in relief. Having protection brought comfort. Jack checked the entire house, installed hidden security cameras around. That night, we took shifts. Clara slept first. Jack and I watched. Jack shared many stories. "Your case will be long, but you're on the right path." I looked at Grandma's photo. "Grandma, I'll keep fighting." Outside, rain began falling again. Wind howled through the windows. I sat by the small window, thinking of the days ahead. The truth was now exposed, but my family hadn't fully reacted. I knew more storms awaited, but I no longer felt fear. I wasn't weak Emma anymore. I was a protector of truth. Tomorrow, I would press forward, meet the press again. I wanted the full story told, not just what was printed. I wanted to share about Grandma, her bravery, her unwavering courage, the love she gave me. That mattered most of all. That night, I smiled in sleep, with Clara and Jack quietly nearby. A new chapter in my life had truly begun. The next morning, I woke up early. The sun finally broke through the clouds. The fresh air filled my lungs. Clara was still by my side. Jack had everything prepared for us. Today, I would face the press, answer every question they had. My phone kept buzzing nonstop. News stations wanted to interview me. I chose a trusted newspaper, the one where Mark worked closely. We scheduled a meeting downtown. Jack drove me there safely. My heart raced along the way, but I knew I wasn't alone. Clara and Jack were with me, and Grandma was watching over me. Reporters had already gathered outside. Camera flashes burst everywhere. I took a deep breath, walked into the small press room. Mark held my hand reassuringly. "Emma, just speak from your heart." I nodded and faced the room, my heart pounding in my chest. "Good morning, everyone. I'm Emma. Today I want to share a story about my grandmother, Evelyn Carter, a truly courageous woman, a woman shunned by her family for holding on to the truth." I told the entire story, about the house in Black Creek, about the precious library inside, about the documents Grandma preserved. I spoke without hatred or spite. I only wanted to honor her and what she believed in. Everyone listened with deep attention. Many were moved to tears. Mark spoke after me. "This is a testament to bravery." We ended the press conference, walked out beneath flashing cameras. Outside, I saw a familiar face. Ryan stood there glaring at me. He approached me quickly. "Emma, are you really destroying us?" I met his gaze calmly. "I just want the truth known." Ryan clenched his fists in anger. "You've torn this family apart." I answered without fear. "This family broke itself with lies, not because I spoke the truth." Ryan stared at me in silence, then turned away without a word. I knew he wouldn't give up, but I wasn't backing down either. We returned to the Black Creek house. My heart felt much lighter now. Clara smiled and held my hand. "Emma, you did wonderfully today," Jack added with a nod. "You're incredibly brave. I admire you." I looked up at the sky. Happiness swelled inside me. I had fulfilled my promise, preserved Grandma's legacy with honor. Days passed quickly after that. News of the story spread wide. Cultural organizations reached out to me. They wanted to help preserve the library and open it to the public. I agreed without hesitation. Grandma's dream was coming true. Clara and I worked tirelessly, organizing the entire library, preparing for the grand opening. Finally, the big day arrived. A large crowd came to visit. Everyone marveled at the collection. Priceless books in every corner. Many thanked me sincerely. Thanks to you, we know the truth. I smiled and thanked them, my heart full of pride. That evening, I sat alone by the small window in my room. I gazed at Grandma's photo. Tears of joy filled my eyes. Grandma, I did it. I kept my promise to you. You taught me life's greatest lesson. Truth may be buried, but one day it will shine. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's choosing to act despite it. I understood that deeply now, and I wanted to share it. If you're hearing this story, remember something very important. The greatest legacy isn't wealth. It's honesty and integrity. Stand up for what's right, even when the road is hard. That's what I've learned from Grandma, from my journey. Thank you for listening today. If you have a story to share, please leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. For more stories like this, wishing you a meaningful day. See you in the next video.